I am so sorry for what your daddy passed down to you.
Nathan Lane, Amy Ryan, two phenomenal actors. Really, really excited to be talking with you about Ari Aster's latest film, Beau is Afraid. And my first question is about Ari. He is regarded as one of the most gifted young filmmakers that we have working today. I want to know, what kind of an environment does he create on set for the two of you? And did you each get a moment to recognize that greatness that's been alluded to by so many others?
I watched Ari one very late night direct some of the street sequence that's in the first chapter of the film, and cameras are about to roll, but he ran from each background actor to the other with such specific detail and direction. And when I saw the finished product, you realize nothing is random. Unless it's something that happened in the moment, like something that's been improvised. But he is so detail oriented. Things are so beautifully choreographed with air and humor, and not a sense of just this rigidity and this is mine. But it's I don't know. It's just kind of a magical world that he makes, and he's a joy to be around. And that helps when you're working with really bizarre, tortured material.
Yes, he's, from reading the script that there's a great intelligence and sense of humor behind the surreal nature of it all. And he, on a personal level, he's just a really smart, funny, lovely man, very compassionate and kind. And he said, working with Joaquin, it sort of changed the way he approaches filmmaking in a way, because he said Joaquin couldn't be dishonest. Mm-hmm. And so he has to work a certain way, and that he had never sort of quite dealt with anything like that before. And they personally had many discussions beforehand and during the filming. But when one day we were filming a scene and we were doing take after take after take after take, and sort of a David Fincher level of takes. And and the great thing about him, Ari would always say, "I'm sorry, let's do it again." He would always say, not unlike the character of Beau, he would say, "I'm sorry, and then he was relentless in what he was looking for. And in that particular scene, he finally said to me, just don't worry about the dialogue anymore. Your only objective is to keep him in your house. And say whatever you need to keep him there." And I went, "Oh, okay, I can do that." And he said, "And if you can work in a few of the lines, that would also be nice." I said, "I'll do what I can." And so it was that sort of improvisation happened, and I love that he was flexible enough because of the leading actor he was working with to sort of shift things a bit and learn from how Joaquin approaches the material. And it was their collaboration was a thing of beauty to see. And they were incredibly generous and with the other actors as well. And so it was I had the best time working with them.
Welcome back.
I hit you with my car.
What?
I know.
That's great to hear. And both of you are obviously veterans of the stage and have operated in different types of environments on television, film. I want to know, was there a lot of rehearsal time for this process? Did you guys get a chance to dive deeper into your characters? Because it does feel like there is more material that maybe didn't make the final cut. And I'm curious to just know if you had time to explore those characters and really get a chance to let them come alive on the screen.
We didn't have time much to rehearse before, but in between takes we took a little time to kind of flesh out a discussion, and there was something on the page in terms of stuff that was cut. There was something on the page that was really funny to me, that we had this thing called a Jeeves mobile, which is how we carted our adopted son around the house, and it was this makeshift trolley, but just the physical location, there was a step down in the living room, so we couldn't navigate this cart on stairs, so we had to cut it. And I felt very sad to lose the Jeeves mobile. That was a tough one to go, but that was just a matter of like, my frame is not going to be able to get Denis' frame on a cart going down
Denis
stairs.
Ménochet, who plays Jeeves, a wonderful actor.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there were a lot of discussions individually and together beforehand about all of this, but no, there wasn't a lot of rehearsal time. And then I'm trying to think of, there was one thing, the meanest thing that Ari came up with a line. There was some improvisation, and then at one point, our teenage daughter, who Roger seemed to have a lot of issues with, was off camera screaming for a long time about, Beau being in her bedroom and this whole situation and how annoyed she was by it all. And we were Beau and I are sitting at the table, and then Ari, and we've lost a son. This is the setup for this joke. We've lost a son. It's a very dark joke. In the war, and Ari wanted me to say something in reference to the daughter, and he said, "Say, you know what? The wrong kid died." Oh, no. He said, "Say, the wrong kid died." And I remember laughing so hard because it was so dark, and so mean. Yeah. So I didn't think it would make the film, and it didn't. But I always remember that's what he came up with.
But you know what? Thanks, My Brother made the final cut, and I appreciated that, if that was improvised or not, because that made me laugh so hard. When you said "Thanks, My Brother" to Joaquin.
Oh yeah, no, that's Ari. That's all of that. All of that. My brother.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you both for
being young and hip.
Feeling sad about going home, Beau? Must feel totally unreal.
I'm supposed to be leaving.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I'm out of time here. I just want to say thank you very much for the time. Really appreciate this movie. Can't wait to watch it a bunch of more times. And both of your performances and what you brought to these characters in this small portion of the film really made a great impact with humor and also a lot of intrigue as well. So thank you both very, very much.